Good afternoon and welcome to Titan Talk. Hey guys, thanks for joining us today. Today you got myself and we have our wonderful local talent back.
I'm back.
I'm so sorry the rest of you have to suffer with him. So do I. It's okay.
That's right. They keep pulling me back.
So today,
Stuff's all out of whack. It's sitting in my chair. It smells like beef and cheese on this microphone.
leave him alone. Stop picking on him. I keep yelling at you about the microphone placement, but you keep putting it back.
I like it otherwise because I drift.
Well, you just
No.
there.
No. I drift away.
What is wrong with you today?
I don't know.
I
just had a cup of coffee
all
before
day.
we got in here, so it's Monday. We had a pretty hectic weekend and start to the week. So
We did. Thanks
the
for
way
joining
I
us.
Combat it is humor.
We are doing well for a Monday. Surprisingly enough, we're doing very well today. It's been a good day. It's been nice outside.
It's gonna get humid again.
It's going to get humid. I think it's going to be humid all week. I think we're supposed to we'll go over weather in a little bit confirmed, but I'm pretty sure we're supposed to get some rain this week at some point.
Yes.
But so today we're going to do a not shop talk, or at least a somewhat version of it. There is a little shop I want to talk. I want to bring up. We had a special guest. Lavi was on Friday last week. But I want to bring up St. Louis a little bit more because besides Lavi, this week we have a ton of resources that are going out there to help with the orientation and getting everybody up there, all the new people set up and getting everything correct, to start it off correctly, so that way they have the best chance of success, because that's what we're all about, is making sure that we have the best chance of success possible.
Steps to success.
Oh, God. And so the first thing that I actually want to talk about a little bit is Lieutenant Roses is out there right now.
Correct.
He's assisting with their version of NEO.
Which is, those of you, it's our new hire training orientation. So think of like
new
collapsed
enrollment
academy.
New enrollment.
I've never known the acronym. I could come up with a few. I could pull a few out of a hat and say that's what it is.
I used to.
New employee officer, new employee orientation. I mean, there's a lot of wiggle room.
I think it's new. I think it's new employee orientation. I think is what it is. But I don't remember.
Yeah,
I used to know it a few years ago.
Could be not.
I've been calling it NEO for so long, I forgot what it means. But so we have Lieutenant Roses out there right now. He's doing their day one today. Yourself and Chief Leon will be going out there tomorrow morning.
Correct.
To assist with the rest of it, with defensive tactics and all of that stuff, to make sure that they're set up for success on that side. And the cool thing about St. Louis is their requirements are not, I don't want to say they're more difficult than ours, but they have classes that they're required to take.
Different structure.
Yeah, and it's really cool how they have theirs set up.
Yeah.
It adds a little bit of extra knowledge to it, and I always think that adding more knowledge to what we do, what law enforcement does, any of the first responders, I think the more knowledge you can give that individual, the better you set them up for a longevity in the field.
Yeah, I mean, the more tools or the more
resources,
let's say, for this cliche of like a tool belt or like a carpenter, the more you have on you that you don't have to go back to the truck for, the more successful you can be in the field. Yeah. And I agree with you. It's pretty cool to see that. So each city does theirs different. Smaller cities or smaller towns are going to have the bare bones because
they rely more.
They just don't have a lot of people that are looking looking to work that.
They rely more heavily on the larger cities to bring in their officers and help them out and be like, hey, we're going to send our officer to your guys' school because you guys have all of the resources to be able to train them correctly, and that's awesome that they can structure that way. And
that's where we come in.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah,
absolutely.
We do things by the book, and we're pretty strict. So I know
and we follow very similar.
If it follows our guidelines, ours are more strict than the cities. So we know that we're going to be in compliance at that point. So it's just that way you're not constantly going. See if this is going to work or not. Hopefully, but no, we have strict.
Need a new pair of shoes.
Yeah, but what else is new?
Say other than that, I don't really know of anything.
That's shop wise. I just looked right at the light. Should have done that.
Dunce.
I'm a newbie. It's been so long.
Say, other than that, I don't think really much has changed with you guys going out there. You guys are going to get to
be out there a few
days.
Check out some clients out there, I think is what we're doing.
Make sure everything's set up correctly and they're doing everything all by the book. And
we got to take some mats out there.
Yeah?
Yeah, Roses couldn't fit all the mats in his small car, which he thought he could. So weird. Tetris.
The DT mats?
Yeah, the old red ones.
Oh, the red ones. Yeah. Oh, no.
There's a big pile of them.
He took the red mats?
I think he took like 2 because there's like 7 folded sections of them in there that I got to fit in the back of the Explorer.
There's no way he could have thought all those were going to fit in his car.
Supposedly he thought they could.
There's no way.
Yeah. Along with everything else he packed. Yeah. Bless him. Lord bless him. But yeah, no, we'll be out there helping him, spend some time with him. I've only driven through St. Louis. I've never actually stayed. I stayed outside of it one time when we were visiting family out in Indiana because it's kind of a halfway point. But it'd be nice to see. Maybe we'll stop in, and I won't go up the arch. I don't like heights, so
I saw
I'll look at it.
I've flown over it once, and I looked down. I was like, "That's pretty cool."
Yeah, flown over, driven by
twice
it.
Actually.
I've never been low enough flying over St. Louis. It's always been cruising altitude at that point, but. Ryan probably could. I think he's taking his plane.
I think he's gonna try and fly under the arch.
Yeah, go through and a little achievement goes across the bottom of your screen.
Yes.
I just remember that from
GTA.
Yeah. How many
3.
under bridges or bridges you can fly under?
I think it's GTA 3 and 5. I think 5 gets it too. I don't know.
Yeah, no, that's the one I remember is 5.
I know you get it in 3 because those planes.
Yeah, the Dodo plane. You couldn't. The wings were like this wide.
Couldn't do anything.
I think it was impossible. My wife is decorated for fall already.
I was about to ask because I know that she's super big on the decoration. I didn't know if she had started already.
July 10th. Yeah, so July 10th, perfect day to start fall decorations. The Sanderson sisters are above the fireplace.
I was going to say, doesn't she put
the portraits? Yep. Yeah, they're like
I couldn't remember
half the size of this thing right here.
I wasn't sure if she did that now or if she did that in August.
Oh, yeah. No, she usually waits till August 1st, but she was just hankering. So I was out with a knee injury, and I was stuck laid up, and I just had to watch it all happen around me. Like I was like chained.
No.
I was like, no, I can't get up and fight it. But no,
that's why she did it.
Yeah, I don't mind it. It's not bad.
She does.
It's a little warm out still.
She does a very nice job of interior decorating.
Yeah, she could probably do that professionally, but she likes to just spend money on ours instead of make money doing it. She likes to spend the money doing it. So whatever makes her happy.
Other than that, I don't think anything new happened over the weekend. We did get some rain. I know that was fun.
Mm-hmm.
And other than that, I did some yard work. Got prepped to do some maintenance on a friend's house. Not looking forward to that. That's not gonna be fun.
He's gonna pay you for it?
No.
They
might.
Well,
I don't know. They might. I don't know.
Hopefully you get paid. We'll do a little word of the wise to the new guys. If you're unsure about post orders, we've had some questions come up where they've just kind of been like, oh, this is, I don't know. And so they just kind of, I can see where, a client or somebody would kind of be like, hey, what are you supposed to do here? And if you're not sure, just own up to it. Just say, hey, I don't remember. Let me call my supervisor. Let me talk to somebody that, would help me navigate these SOPs a little better. And don't be afraid to do that rather than just say, I don't know, or say the wrong thing and say, no, I'm actually not supposed to do that when in fact you are. We've run into a few situations where and that's not specifically, but that just helps explain to reach out to a supervisor when you are unsure about policy.
I say the biggest thing is if you're ever in a point where you're not sure what to do or you have a question on something, just reach out to a lieutenant and be like, hey, so I'm pretty sure this is what I'm supposed to do. I don't know if I'm misinterpreting the SOPs, or hey, where can I find the SOPs? Because there's not all of our sites have the digital copy yet, but there is a physical copy at every location. So if you ever don't know where it is or you can't find the digital copy, and just call and say, hey, I'm looking for this. Do you know where it is? Or I have a question on this part of it. Can you help me out with it? And they'll happily explain what it means.
Well, yeah, and usually what we find, and I guess what I'm kind of getting at the most is when a client or an employee at a location that's one of our clients is just like, hey, you're supposed to do this in this situation. Don't always take their word for it. It's not that they're right or wrong every time. I'm not going to say one way or the other.
Verify.
Yes. So politely just say, okay, I understand. Let me just double check with my supervisor to make sure I'm following policy to a T, and I'm doing what I'm supposed to be doing within my jurisdiction or within what I'm legally allowed to do. Because we don't want you making those decisions without the information. We give you a lot in orientation. We throw a lot of information at you. So don't be afraid to slow down and ask questions or verify with a supervisor. It's just one thing we saw a few times over the last couple of weeks where some of the new hires were just like, I wasn't sure what to do, so I made a judgment call. I get that, but just stop and ask a question. Call and ask a question, and then we just clear it up right then and there. And so nothing major usually comes from it. It's just to help you guys navigate a headache that you may run into. So it's just something I've seen. It's happened in the 5 or 6 years I've been here, and it will continue to happen where guys just kind of like, I don't remember, and so they make a judgment call. I'm not against making a call like that, but what you need to do if you're unsure or if you're navigating new ground, don't be afraid, or don't put the ego aside and just say, I don't know, let me ask. And just please do that for us so we can get you guys in the right path for stuff like that.
There's something too, if you know the answer, but you can't remember. I learned a long time ago, someone who was much smarter than me told me I was informed or I've read the information and I know it, but unfortunately at this time I cannot recall. And that's always been something I've used too. It's like I know the answer, but I can't recall right now. Give me a minute to think about it. And so it's something I've used in the past too. So it's kind of just word to the wise on that as well.
Yep. I just had to sneeze and it went away, and I hate that.
It
just disappeared inside my body. I was and it just went completely away.
I went to sneeze one time and someone started yelling banana at me and like it completely disappeared. And I looked at it and was like, what was that? And they go, you don't have to sneeze anymore.
Yeah.
And it was
people are weird like that.
Like, what the heck's going on?
I had a teacher that would, if you hiccuped in class real loud, she'd be like, if you hiccup again, I'll give you a piece of candy. Well, you're in elementary school, so it's like candy.
Sure.
Like, heck yeah. So you get all excited, and then it just goes, no, but it would always go away. Like, I don't really remember very many times where somebody kept hiccuping, unless they probably were good at faking it. But yeah, somebody just
I would have faked
in the middle
it for
of class.
That.
Yeah, I would have too. Where's that Butterfingers?
I'm gonna give you a piece of candy. Do that again. That's 3.
It worked. I don't know what it was. I think it's just like they kind of shock you because you're like, "What candy?" All right,
well,
cool.
I think what it is, it gets you off of thinking it, and then like,
yeah, exactly.
I don't know. That's really weird. It's kind of cool.
It's a weird tactic.
Yeah,
I don't know how that works.
I bet it would work in the office too. You do that again, I'm gonna give you a piece of candy. Oh, really?
Probably.
At least with a couple of them.
Yeah,
couple people here.
For me. What else?
I said I don't really have anything else other than that. Going into the weather, St. Louis for you, since you're gonna have that, and we have our
hot.
It is looking at it's 90 degrees today. Let's see. Tomorrow is 94. Wednesday is 90, 88, 90, 88. Ooh. Chance of rain on Tuesday in St. Louis, so there'll be that at least to look forward to.
What time?
It says in the morning.
Okay, good.
Tuesday morning and Wednesday both morning and afternoon.
We've got some outdoor activities plans for Tuesday, so.
Ooh, it'll be in the afternoon then. That'll be the best one.
Yep. That's what it is. About 2:30 Tuesday. We're gonna be outside. So
for our local area, we are looking at 90. It is 90 degrees going to be the hottest today. Later in this afternoon, so it's going to get cooler after that. We're looking Tuesday at 94, 95, 91, 90, and 89, with a chance of rain the rest of the week.
So that means it's going to be sticky.
Yeah. This afternoon, all day tomorrow, all day Thursday, and the afternoon Friday, Saturday. So it's going to be
sticky.
Horrid. I mean, the chances are like 86, 86, 87, 90, 90.
Of rain?
Yeah.
Yeah, that means it's going to like flirt with you. It's going to be like, it might rain. Some dark clouds.
You get the clouds.
Yeah, your joints are going to hurt. Your back's going to hurt. Any bone you've broken in the last 40 years is going to hurt for a little bit because the pressure, and then no rain.
Yeah.
Your grass is dead, which is fine. So
let's see. Other than that, some of the comments we have, Brian wants to know, do you have corn stalks attached to your golden fence posts?
No, I don't. We don't do much external decorations. It's all internal. We don't even. I usually hang like a few Christmas lights over my
during
porch.
Like now?
No, like Christmas time.
Okay.
Yeah,
like,
no.
What?
Like the most external decorations we'll do is during Christmas time. I'll throw some lights over the railing of my deck off my kitchen.
That's it?
Yeah, you can see it from the road, so or the street.
I'd expect you to like have the whole front of the house done or something.
No, I don't like heights, man.
And yeah,
it's a walkout basement.
Yours is
3 stories. We thought about doing the gate. Wow, never mind. I'm just gonna shut up.
Oh, Nay, if you're watching, he just gave permission to do the gate. Do the gate.
No, there's a lion head. We're gonna do like a wreath on it, but we always forget.
You should do that.
We should.
That'd look cool.
Yeah.
Let's see. Other than that, Brian, I don't know if I want to open that can of worms here. I don't know.
Is it what I think it is? Is it what I started talking about when I walked in? Yeah. No. I don't want to oust him too much. They already call him Mario. I feel bad.
Oh, that's hilarious.
It is. It just seems a little cheap. He's not here to defend himself.
He never is.
I know. He's actually doing something not fun right now, so I'll stick up for him. We're not going to pick on him right now.
Fine. All right.
Just because he's doing the dirty work right now.
Let's see. We have one here. I had to drive the company car out to St. Louis with Grandpappy, and then turn around and came back after one day. It was so much fun with the emoji.
Yeah, it's a good time out there, St. Louis.
You're correct. It is much better to ask a stupid question and make a stupid decision. I always tell everybody there's
That's
no
a good
such...
way to look at it. Whoever said that, it's very, very accurate.
I always tell everybody there's no such thing as a stupid question. The reason is
there are, but I'll take a stupid one over a stupid decision.
But I would rather someone ask and not feel guilty about asking. And I always say there's no such thing as a stupid question. If you're going to ask me something, I would much rather you ask me what you think is a stupid question.
Yes,
because I'm never going to tell you it's a stupid question. I'm always going to answer it. I've never told anybody that's a stupid question. To this day.
You've told me I've had stupid questions.
That's you. I don't count.
I'm just kidding. I don't know if you have. I just made that up. I don't care.
But I always tell everybody, I would much rather you ask a question, even if you think it's stupid, because I'd rather give you an
I know
answer.
What you're saying. Yeah.
Because that way you have an answer to it.
Well, and there's times where you think it's a stupid question, and we're like, because I've actually done that, where I'm like, I know this sounds stupid, and I ask it, and they're like, no, that's a really good question. Not to toot my own horn, but it's happened multiple times where they're like, no, that's a really good question, because people think it's stupid, so they don't ask, and then they make the wrong decision.
I did that. We're doing with the new system. I did that. I asked someone something, and I was like, I think this is stupid. And when I asked it, she was I actually didn't even thought about that. That's a really good question. I was like, oh, whew,
yep,
whew, saved myself there.
I'm not dumb. You are.
Let's see. They may not like it.
Read faster.
They don't like it when you nuke the LT phone, but they will. Yeah, exactly. So if you call it 100%, they may not like it when you nuke the LT phone, but they will appreciate it 100%.
Yeah. And now if it's like, don't nuke it over. Yes. Okay. Yes and no. Don't nuke it over like, hey, am I supposed to park at the front of the grocery store or the back? Park at the back, but. Let the customers park up front. But
do I park in the first parking spot or the ninth?
Like if you're trying to clock out, don't nuke it. Now clock it in. That's one thing, so we know that you're there. But hopefully, most of you guys have that figured out on your little handy smart electronics. But that makes sense. Me and the lieutenants, whoever's in charge of the phone that never stops ringing, we will have much more grace for somebody that's like, hey, I'm sorry, I called 4 times. I was nervous. I didn't know what to do, and so we're like, okay, we got you. That makes sense, yes. But if it's something you know the answer to and you're just doing it just because you want to get out of there quicker, just be patient.
Yeah. Then we have Mr. Potter saying, McFarland talking about the old folk weather detection. Well, have you seen him?
Yeah.
He's broken. Everything. When it gets to rain, he's like, oh, my knee, my elbow, my shoulder, my back.
I was just laid up for an injury on my knee. I can't stay healthy. And I've
earlier today
taken some drastic cuts to get healthier, not even joking, and it backfired on me. It backfired.
I'm absolutely proud of him.
Healthiest I've been in a while, and not to say that's much. Didn't take much. Not eat 17 cheeseburgers a day.
I will
15.
say that the changes you have made, I'm absolutely proud of you for.
Thank you.
Because he's made some. For those of you who know him as well as I do, there are some things that he has changed drastically in his life that I think are an amazing decision. Now he does a lot of things where he went from overdoing it to doing it with moderation now, which is just as good in my opinion for him. Yep. So I'm very proud of the steps.
Cause some uric acid to flow around in the body. Some flushing happened, which is good for you, but it hurts.
Absolutely doesn't eat as much McDonald's as he used to, which I'm very proud of him for.
Yeah,
he used to mainline that stuff.
And that's the funny thing. I hated it growing up. That's because I was in good shape. Well, I was healthier, so my body's like, get this out. But my body was just such a disposal. They're like, no, it's fine. You can put that in here. We don't care. It can come hang out with the rest of the lard. But no, I made some changes, and so it was funny. Like a couple weeks after I did it, I ended up hurting myself, and just by no fault really of my own. It just happened the way the body responds to some things you do, and it was just like, that sucks.
And what's funny is we get yelled at all the time for taking care of ourselves. Here he is. He decides to make better decisions to help himself, and he gets laid up anyway. And it's like you can't yell at him because he's doing good to take care of himself, and he gets laid up anyway.
Trying to.
I actually was talking about that. I have a buddy who decided to make I'm not going to out who it is or anything like that. I think he watches periodically, so if he watches this one, he'll know who he is. And there are a couple of people who know what's the situation, so they'll know who I'm talking about. And I'll tell you afterwards who it is. He normally makes pretty good decisions. Bought a motorcycle recently.
I know who you're talking about.
Okay. Had a half helmet, decided to buy a full one. Whole 9 yards, decided to make the whole right decisions. Bought jeans for it, stuff like that. And
leathers usually help.
Yeah. And day his helmet arrived, his full face mask helmet arrived. Went Superman over the handlebars.
Oh boy.
Yeah. So he made all the right decisions and then just got laid up doing it.
Was the first time he rode it?
No.
Oh.
He learned how to ride it and then went and got his endorsement and everything like that. So it's not the first time, but something happened he wasn't used to, and it caught him off by surprise. And there he went.
He's on the road recovery, right?
He is.
Good for him.
He's got surgery coming up, and
oh wow, it's all that.
Oh, this is completely messed up here. He's got a fracture in one arm. Oh yeah.
I didn't know it was that bad.
He called me.
Speedy recovery.
He sent me a photo And
I saw one.
He sent me a photo.
Him and I are friends on social media.
Yeah.
And I go, what did you do?
Yeah, and that's exactly. I send him back, WTF, dude, what's going on? And then
WTF, mate.
And then he calls me, and all I see is this, like the phone's angled down and he's laid back, and I go, what did you do? And he goes, I messed up, man. I was like, obviously.
Bless his heart. Well, hopefully, speedy recovery. He's young. He's a good kid.
Yeah. Right. But, talking about making the right decisions and still get laid up. And
yeah, no, it happens. Your heart can be in the right place. It doesn't matter.
Yep. But other than that, let's see.
That covers it for Monday.
Brian, what are some exercises security? What are you always trying to make us professional here? What are some exercises security officers should do regularly?
Stretch.
Yeah. Regular stretching is a good one, but I think...
we've talked about it before, just getting a good habit of checks and balances when you're getting ready for your shift. Everybody's... I
think he means like exercise.
Well, yeah, anything, jumping,
I do
caloric deficit. So if you want to get healthy, not that I'm the freaking spokesperson,
right? You're asking too,
caloric deficit, burn more calories than you take in if you're trying to lose weight or get in better shape.
I say extra walking. Even if your post requires you to walk a little bit,
get your heart rate up every so often, and you need to have high intensity points of your heart rate, so that you're burning fat and you're burning calories. And so,
but
if you're somebody that can't gain weight, then it's it depends on the person. But usually,
I say me personally,
stamina is an important part.
I say me personally, I try to always walk. I know that kind of seems like it's not a lot, but when you sit behind a desk all day, every day, even walking can help. And so
we'll go walk the pond here.
I try to walk at least 2 to 3 miles a day, which walking the pond in 2 laps is about a mile.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. So, if you actually make a concentrated effort, you can knock out 3, 4, 5 miles if you really try. Walk one in the morning before you go into work. Me, he knows I don't sit still, so I'm running around the office the whole time, and
like a chicken with his head cut off.
So I probably get a couple miles in just doing that, and then when you go home, maybe before or after you eat dinner, knock out a mile. Half mile. Just start slow. Don't do too much where you're going to overexert yourself, especially if you haven't done anything in a while. So, take it easy, baby steps, 10, 15 push-ups, get into 20. By the end of the 2-3 month period, you should be able to do 50. Just work your way into it. It really just depends on the person. It's not dangerous, but you just got to be careful when you're giving advice like that, because
it's going to change per person. Yeah. There's not one thing that I
can
say
do what you feel comfortable with.
Works for everybody. But there are little things that you can do that everybody can do that help.
Yeah.
Not considerably, but they help a little bit. That are real basic. Walking, like I said, I walk 2 to 3 miles a day, or I try to. I don't always succeed in that.
Yeah.
But I try to walk 2 to 3 miles a day before I go to sleep. After I eat dinner, if I eat dinner, depending on the time, I do a little workout routine where I do some squats, lunges, push-ups, sit-ups, and stuff like that, just to get my body active and get that metabolism working.
Get the blood flow. Yeah, get the blood flow going. Yeah,
and stuff like that.
There's some tips and tricks. Drink a big glass of water before a meal. Stuff like that'll help you if you're trying to cut down. But that's me. I've got enough weight. There's a lot of guys, even that work for us. I can think of one of our sergeants that he just can't put on weight. So it's completely different for somebody like that. But just try to stay limber and active. Keep your stamina up, because that's going to help you be able to maintain standing for 8 to 10 hours, depending on where you're working in your shifts. And so just stay as active as possible without overdoing it, I guess is the best advice I can give you.
We got some of our officers are at posts that require more walking. Obviously, walking is not a huge thing that they're going to have to do, because all they do all shift is walk.
Yeah.
You don't really have to worry about, I need to put, 3 miles on. When you do
when you do 20. Post. Yeah, I think we did 56 miles in the draft in like 3 or 4 days. I had shin splints. It was awful.
By the time we were done, my mile count for the entire time for the NFL draft was 49.
Yeah.
And that was between what I did here and then what I did at the NFL draft.
Yeah.
And during that time, because I was the only one besides Chief Leon that was here, I was back and forth, all day, every day.
Well, and me, I couldn't sit still, so I kept checking on my guys, and I'd go to, and then I'd sit down for like 2 minutes. All right, I'm going to check on them again, because it's just a creature of habit.
Yeah.
So it was a lot of walking. Day 2, I had Dr. Scholl's in my boots and shin splints in my shins. So it was not fun, but we powered through it.
I say my final day, when we finally got done, and Lieutenant Rosa sent me home the last day. He was like, "You need to go home." He goes, "You look like you're gonna die." And I was like, "My guys need me." And he goes, "No.
Well, they'll be all right."
He goes, "They'll be fine. There's there's less people, so we can manage a little bit more." He goes, "But you are about to drop."
Yep.
And I think I was on like 20 a day, trying to keep everything together.
Yeah, it's about. I think it was what we were anywhere 15 to 20 miles a day.
And I finally got home. I woke up the next morning, and my left knee had just. I was like, "Oh, that's not good."
Yeah.
But other than that, I don't really have anything else. Wish you, Chief Leon, and everybody a safe trip to St. Louis and a safe trip back and an entertaining time while you're there.
Should be.
And other than that, guys, that's really it. We're going to cut it here. So enjoy the rest of your week. Enjoy your day. Be prepared for the weather. So stay hydrated. A lot of heat. So,
a lot of heat.
Other than
Mostly
that,
heat.
Enjoy your guys' day. Enjoy your week. We will catch you guys on Friday. Until then, stay safe, and we'll see you then.
Thanks,
guys.
Yep, take care.